Have you ever eaten something and then, not long after, felt off in a way that's hard to explain? Not exactly sick, but bloated, sluggish, maybe foggy-headed, or oddly tense in the body? It's the kind of discomfort most people brush off, blaming it on overeating or stress. But what if it's something deeper? What if your gut was behind your brain fog, your mood, even your sleep? Something that starts in a place we barely consider, the gut. We're about to go through 5 science-backed habits that are easy to start and powerful enough to change how your body feels. Dr. Andrew Huberman, a trusted neuroscientist, said, "Your gut is like a second brain, shaping mood, energy, and immunity. Over 70% of your immune system resides in your gut." Now here's where things get interesting. Your gut isn't just where food goes. It's where your immune system, mood, energy, and focus all intersect. Yet the way we eat and live today isn't exactly helping. From constant snacking to ultra-processed meals, from antibiotics to low-fiber diets, modern habits are quietly throwing our gut out of balance. The effects can show up in ways we'd never expect. But there's good news, and it's simpler than you think. So let's begin with something surprisingly powerful, something that happens before the food even reaches your stomach. Let's start with chewing. Yes, something as basic as chewing your food well can completely change how your gut works. Most people don't chew nearly enough, and as strange as it might sound, digestion starts in your mouth. When you chew thoroughly, you're not just breaking down food into smaller bits. You're also mixing it with enzymes in your saliva that kickstart digestion before the food even reaches your stomach. That first step is crucial, because if food hits your gut half-chewed and barely broken down, your stomach and intestines have to work twice as hard to deal with it. This leads to slower digestion, increased bloating, and reduced nutrient absorption. Try this. Aim to chew each bite 20 to 30 times. You don't need to count every bite, but be mindful of slowing down. You'll likely find that you feel full sooner, you eat less without even trying, and you feel lighter after meals. This simple habit might be the most underrated gut hack of all. And if that one sounds almost too simple, just wait. The next one works on an entirely different level. Let's discuss fermented foods. These might sound niche or complicated, but they're some of the oldest and most natural foods in the world, and your gut loves them. Fermented foods like yogurt, kefir, kimchi, sauerkraut, and miso contain live cultures, also known as probiotics. These are the beneficial bacteria that help rebalance your gut microbiome. That's just a fancy term for the community of microbes living inside your intestines. When that community is strong and diverse, your gut works better. You digest more smoothly, your immune system stays more stable, and you even feel more emotionally balanced. A tablespoon or 2 a day of real fermented food is enough to start making a difference. But not all yogurt or sauerkraut at the store is alive. Check the label. You're looking for words like live and active cultures. If it's been pasteurized after fermentation, those bacteria are gone. And you don't need to overhaul your meals. Just add a spoonful of kimchi to your rice or a bit of yogurt with breakfast. Over time, your gut will thank you for bringing the good guys back in. If you find this helpful, hit subscribe and check our Biohacking Elite community link in the description. So now you've added the good bacteria, but how do you keep them alive and thriving? That's next. Now let's talk about prebiotics, because even good bacteria need food to thrive. That's where prebiotic fiber comes in. When you eat foods rich in prebiotic fiber, like bananas, oats, onions, garlic, leeks, or asparagus, you're giving those helpful microbes the nutrients they need to grow and thrive. And when they thrive, they create beneficial compounds that keep your gut lining strong, your digestion smooth, and inflammation under control. Unfortunately, most people don't get anywhere near the recommended daily amount of fiber, and without it, even a probiotic-rich diet doesn't go very far. So the goal is simple. Start adding more real plant-based foods to your meals. You don't need to switch to a raw vegan lifestyle overnight. Just sneak in some garlic to your cooking, throw banana slices into your breakfast, or add oats to your smoothie. Over time, the difference in how your gut feels will become very clear. But what if you're already eating healthy and still feel off? This next habit might surprise you. Stop snacking all the time. Now, this isn't about calorie counting or willpower. This is about giving your digestive system time to do its job properly. There's a natural cleaning process in your gut called the migrating motor complex, or MMC for short. It acts like a sweep-up crew pushing leftover food and bacteria down through the intestines and keeping things clear between meals. But this process only kicks in when you've stopped eating for a few hours. If you snack all day, even if it's small bites, it interrupts the cleanup cycle. And over time, that can lead to slower digestion, more bloating, and even bacterial overgrowth in the wrong parts of your gut. So what can you do? Try spacing your meals at least 3 to 4 hours apart. You don't have to skip breakfast or fast for 16 hours. Just let your gut finish one meal before you start the next. You'll likely feel less bloated, more energized, and your cravings may even go down once your digestion starts flowing more smoothly. The next habit is one you can literally do today, right after your next meal. One of the simplest things you can do for your gut and your overall health is to go for a walk after you eat. Nothing extreme, nothing timed or tracked, just a gentle 10 to 15-minute walk after a meal. It sounds simple, but the benefits are real. Studies show that post-meal walking helps move food through the digestive tract more efficiently, reduces bloating, and can significantly improve blood sugar levels. A 2018 study found that walking after a meal could reduce blood sugar spikes even more effectively than some medications. This one habit supports your metabolism, helps your gut reset after meals, and encourages your body to process nutrients more smoothly. And it doesn't have to be power walking. Even a relaxed stroll around the block or pacing around your home can be enough. It's about consistent movement, something that tells your body, we're shifting into digestion mode now. Try it for a week and see how your gut responds. The elite biohacking community for vibrant living has more tips to optimize your wellness. Check the link in the description below. Now, let's talk about the hidden habits that could quietly undo all your progress. Here's what most people get wrong. Even if you're doing everything right, there are still a few habits that can quietly undo your progress. Let's go through them quickly so you know what to watch for. First, antibiotics. Sometimes they're necessary, no question, but they don't just kill off harmful bacteria, they wipe out the good ones too. So if you've taken antibiotics recently, it's important to help rebuild your gut by focusing on fiber-rich foods and adding fermented options. Second, processed sugar. Sugar feeds the less helpful bacteria and yeast in your gut, and when they overgrow, it throws everything off. Cutting back on added sugar, especially the kind hidden in snacks, sauces, and drinks, can help your gut find balance again. Third, ignoring food sensitivities. If certain foods always leave you feeling tired, bloated, or foggy, it's probably not random. Your body is trying to tell you something. Pay attention to patterns. If dairy or gluten consistently causes discomfort, you might want to experiment with reducing or replacing them. And lastly, stress. Chronic stress doesn't just affect your mind, it directly impacts your gut. When you're anxious, blood flow to your digestive organs slows down, and that can mess with how your body breaks down food. Simple breathing exercises, time in nature, or even just a few minutes unplugged from screens can help bring things back into balance. 5 simple things you can start doing today to support your gut. Chew your food more thoroughly and slowly. Add fermented foods like kimchi or kefir to your meals. Eat more prebiotic-rich fiber from real plant-based foods. Give your gut space between meals. Cut down on constant snacking, and take a gentle walk after you eat to support digestion. These habits are simple, but they work. Not overnight, but over time. They can completely transform how you feel. Less bloating, more energy, clearer focus, better sleep, stronger immunity. It all starts in the gut. If you've made it this far, you already care about your health. Subscribe and check the description for free resources. So here's what I'd suggest. Don't wait. Pick one habit and start today. Next week, add another. Tiny shifts lead to big results. And if you want to go deeper, check out the Biohacking Elite School community. Links in the description.